Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, bro.
Oh, you guys are so sweet. All right. Hey, 4.2-4.3, day 2. Okay? We're going to talk about point slope form and then change it into slope intercept form. Okay? There's a method to our madness. Yesterday, we just showed you point slope form. Now we're going to take the next step, and this is real important. Somebody besides Cornelia and Brander, somebody rattle off point slope form. JB.
Y minus y1 equals slope m to the quantity of x minus x1.
Come on,
To the quantity. Isn't it to the quantity?
you shouldn't even need.
JB, what is M?
M is the slope.
Jot that down. You got to know what these variables stand for. And JB, in your own words, explain what x1, y1 is.
Y1 is the y-intercept of the thingy.
The coordinate given.
The coordinate given.
The given point. It has nothing to do with intercepts, right?
Well, it's the
X1,
y
y1
coordinate and the x coordinate.
is x1, y1, guys, is the given point. You gotta know a point. Okay? Back to train up even more. Somebody rattle off slope intercept form for us. What's that one? Blake?
Y equals mx plus b.
And explain m equals the slope. What does b represent, Blake?
The y-intercept.
Y-intercept. Very good. We can abbreviate that, guys. Y-I-N-T. Okay? Again, these are forms that you need to put in long-term memory. I think most of you guys got them down. That's great. Now, watch what we're going to do today. Yesterday, you were given a point and the slope, and you had to write the equation. Today, you're going to be given the equation, and you've got to extract the point and the slope from it.
That's so much easier.
See if you can do that. It's easy to get the slope. Miss Amanda, what's the slope of that line?
1/3.
Genius. Very good. That's the easier one. Now, everybody try to get the point out of that form. Let everybody think about it first. Let's see if I can do it. Gia, what is it? 1, 2. Very good. 1, 2. Because it's x1 minus x1 and minus y1. So it's 1, 2. Now we have to graph it. Okay? Yeah. Do you graph a point or a slope first? Is it possible to graph the slope first?
Yes.
I don't think it is. Because you don't have a starting point. Agreed, Gardner? So everybody graph the point 1, 2. Get more points using our slope of 1/3, and then draw yourselves a pretty line. Go. 1, 2. Okay. The point 1, 2 is in quadrant 1 there, and more points. I'm going to go up 1, right 3, or down 1, left 3, and then.
No concepts.
Taking a note card for a week.
Take a note card every day.
I think delusional is the word to describe you the best, Pulse. You take a note card every day. Put it in your folder. All right, that's the first one.
Response.
Pretty simple.
Like this.
Okay, try that next one. Everybody jot down get the point out of the equation.
Point's not on the graph.
Get the slope. Say again.
Point's not on the graph.
You might have to go a little bit off. That's okay. You can do it. Okay.
That was quick.
Molly Foley, what's the slope of that line?
-1/2.
Excellent. And can you get the point out of that, Molly?
2, -6.
2, -6. Way to be careful with your negative signs. And as Ms. Val explained to us,
It's
off the graph. Okay? So we can't do this problem.
Yeah.
Think, you guys are smart people. Just to estimate how, one unit farther than what you were given. So 2, -6 is going to be about right there. What quadrant is that in?
4.
4. That's quadrant 4. Yeah, 2, negative 6, gonna be there. And then, to get slopes of 1/2, negative 1/2, I'm gonna go up 1, left 2. I'm gonna do it again. Up 1, left 2. I'm gonna do it 4 times, but you don't have to. Draw your line. Okay, other people think that's pretty easy. Okay, it's all get the point and the slope from the equation, from the point slope form. All right, jump to the back. You guys are doing great. All right, very important here, directions. Okay. Brendan, read us the directions loud and proud, and everybody try to understand the directions.
Write the equation in point slope form for the line that passes through the given point with the given slope.
Stop. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, we're going to write an equation in,
Point slope form.
and we're given.
Point and slope.
Very good. Keep going.
Then rewrite
There's
the
always that
equation.
word then.
Crap.
So,
Hey,
Whoa.
No swearing in here, please, Amanda Pavletic.
Bring it to the
shut up, Norris.
I'm sorry, Brandy, go ahead. Then,
Then rewrite the. I will wait.
Amanda,
I got it, guys.
Norris does not approve
Then
this.
rewrite the equation in. Then rewrite the equation in slope-intercept form.
what are we going to do then? Paige, we're going to solve it for y. Now, a lot of you guys are like, oh man, it's a lot of. You were going to be amazed. You were going to be amazed at how it's the same thing every time. And let me tell you the 2 things that are going to happen every time. You're going to distribute your slope, and you're going to move the number that's with the y over. Done. Watch how this works. You're going to distribute your slope.
My brain is like.
Just listen to the word. You're going to distribute the slope, and then you're going to move that number that's being added or subtracted to the y over. That's all you're going to do. And Sarah, write it in point slope form right off the bat.
Y plus 3 equals negative 2 times the quantity of x minus 3.
Excellent. He knows point slope form. Now, let me say what I said a minute ago now that you have the equation. Here's what's going to happen every time. You're going to distribute your slope, and then you're going to subtract 3 from both sides. That's going to happen. That's how you put it in slope-intercept form every time. Now, it's not going to be distribute negative 2 and subtract 3, but it's going to be distribute something and move that number over. Okay? Everybody do that. Go.
I got it. Pick me.
Wait, yeah.
I got it. Whoa.
This actually-
Already in slope and
JB, what'd you get?
I got y equals negative 2x plus 3.
Excellent. JB, what's the slope of the line?
Slope is negative 2.
Of course it is. They gave it to us at the beginning. What happens if you do this problem, guys, and when you solve it for y, you don't get the same number?
You got it wrong.
You did it wrong.
You tell him he's number 8.
So couldn't we just do
Is
that?
there some way to just make the point, the slope intercept form right off the bat into
Great question. Blake, guys, everybody think about this question. Blake's got a really smart question. Say it again. This is important.
Is there any way to make it slope intercept form right off the bat? And one other thing before you make me stop.
I'm going to have to hit pause so I can yell.
You said it was out of 15 minutes. It says it's that
You
out of
upgraded
8 plus
You
hours.
upgraded. You upgraded
I
it.
paid the $30, tough guy, because I love you guys so much. And I got
Chuck Norris does not approve this language.
I got
15
No
wait,
language.
let's address Blake's question again. He had a really smart question. Is there any way to write slope-intercept form right off the bat?
No.
No.
Wait,
I was right.
please call me.
You can
No.
do like what's in your head.
That is a good question.
Is there at
So-
least some way to find the y-intercept with the given points?
Put my slope right off the bat.
What? Come on, you can use the slope and the point to bring it towards the y-intercept.
That's what we did.
But then you would have to graph and it would take forever. Why would anyone want to
This
watch
one,
an 8?
notice the directions, Mike. There's no graphic.
Exactly.
Oh, if you wanna do it, yes.
Find the y-intercept, you have to graph and it would take
Right.
like 10 seconds.
So-
this is what
The
Hey.
smartness of this conversation went away like 5 years ago.
There is no way, guys, to get the answer in slope-intercept form from the slope of a point right off the bat. You have to go through point-slope form to get there. That is a great question, Blake. Everybody try the next one on your own. Go. Grade later.
Hey. Do not use
Kind of
the
boy, give
Lord's
me
name
the
in
point
vain.
slope form.
Y plus 8
Yeah.
equals 2 over 5
It scared me a little bit.
times the quantity of x minus 10.
Y plus 8 equals 2/5 times the quantity of x minus 10. Everybody, same thing. Distribute your slope, subtract 8 from both sides, you're good to go.
Why do you do this like minus 10?
I got minus 12.
Minus 12.
Hold on. It is minus 12, I can already see that. Hey, remember 2/5 times negative 10 is negative 4. Okay? 5 and the 10 cancel, make it a 2. 2 times 2 is 4. That's where I get the.
Oh, it's 20.
And then I'm going to subtract 8 from both sides. Y equals 2/5 x minus 12. Raise your hand if you got that.
I got it. Sorry.
The majority of people are raising their hands.
I know, I got that.
Hey, did it check out? Do we have the right slope?
Yes.
Always check that. Sweet, do the next one. Go.
Full box.
The next two,
Y
I would use our buddy.
equals 4.
Y equals 0.
Oh, Y equals
I don't think Y equals 0.
Y equals 4. 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 Y equals 4.
Now, since it is Hoy, what kind of a line is it that, well, equation-wise? I go right to Y equals. And then I look at the point and I look at the Y value. Y equals 4.
I told you that.
Done.
You said Y
I
equals.
wasn't talking to you, I was talking to Amanda.
You said Y equals.
Blake, don't talk. All right, let's do an undefined line.
Yes.
No, it doesn't.
JB.
We're never part of the conversation.
Well, sorry, talking to you.
But it's not a Y equals line.
It's X.
Because Bucks is, the X is in there, so it's an X equals line.
X equals negative 3.
X equals, how come that one's negative 3, JB, and not 4? That's the X value of the point. Okay? So, first 5 is a Hoy, horizontal line. 6 is part of Bucks, so we're going to say it's an X equals line. Now, read the directions. All right. You're given 2 points. Write the equation for the line in point-slope form. You have to do that first. There's no way to get to slope-intercept form right off the bat, and then rewrite it in the slope-intercept form. Now, we're going to do this in two different groups here. Valerie and Paige, this side's going to use the first point when we do point-slope form. Okay? A-Rod, Caroline, Molly, you guys, and all that side, you're going to use the 1 comma negative 4 when you use, because I want to prove to you guys that no matter what point you get, no matter what point you use, you get the same answer. First, let's find slope. And right, how do we find the slope there?
You do 2 plus 4 over.
Oh my god, what?
Did everybody else get a slope of 11?
Yes.
Okay. This side,
Not Dave.
I want you guys to use the 2, 7. This side of the class, I want you guys to use 1, negative 4. Watch what happens. Right side of the class, did I do it right? Did I do it right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, put it in the slope-intercept form. Solve it for Y. Left side of the
Minus 15.
Same.
Left side of the room. Did you guys get the green one? Okay.
Yeah.
Solve that one for y. Y minus 7 equals 11x minus 22 plus 7. Is it y minus, you guys get 11x minus 15?
Yeah, that's what we got too.
You got the same thing?
Cool.
Wait.
Wow, yeah.
It's totally radical.
And all.
Wow, this is what I live for, guys. This class. Ew, is it open note or no? Oh,
Hey.
or no?
Will you always get the same equation for both points?
Yeah.
Hey, you don't have to use both points. I don't expect any of you guys to do that. Guys, I'm gonna start throwing kids out quick. Don't talk when I'm teaching. It's just rude. Figure it out.
What if
Gardner.
one is like 2-7 and the other one's 0-0?
You would still, when you put them in a slope-intercept form, you better get the same equation.
Otherwise, there would be no, like, motive.
You did something wrong otherwise. Every time. It would be the same equation. Alright, try 8 on your own. Go. Find the slope.
Same, like.
I would definitely choose the first point. You don't have to, we're not going to split the class up this time. You got to choose smaller numbers. If you want to use the bigger numbers, feel free.
I like even.
But you'll get the, you get the same equation. Brander, what'd you get for a slope?
-6/5.
That's what I got. Ever get -6/5?
Yes.
Alright.
I don't know how to do this, though.
You know how to do what, Tom? Or Bobby?
4 times 6. Okay.
Really? There's a little bit of work here.
It's 4 and 4.
Is 6, guys look, 6/5 times 4. Multiplying straight across, everybody agrees 24/5.
Yes.
How many times does 5 go into 24?
4.
How many are left over?
4.
I don't think 8 are left over. Okay? Now, I just did it without a calculator. If you grab a calculator and type it in, it's going to say 4 and 4/5.
Yes, it is.
I think you guys are smart enough to do that, and you'll see it's not too bad to do this in your head. Now, let's subtract 2 from both sides
Why?
without a calculator. Go ahead, Paige. Question.
Oh, no, I mean.
You want the answer? Okay. Before you give us the answer, guys, look at this. Can everybody do 4 and 4/5 minus 2 in their
Of
head?
course, yeah.
Yeah,
That's easy.
Yeah.
Paige, what is it?
just that and -2.
Y equals -6/5x plus 2 and 4/5.
2 and
And-
4/5.
Are you okay if we keep it in
Proper.
yeah, improper?
Yes, if you had,
Score.
would that be 14/5?
Yeah.
14/5 would be fine. Usually, because that's the y-intercept, usually it's a mixed number because that's easier to see on the graph. But that's it. Okay?
I just realized that way. Extend is
All right,
very small.
last page. You guys are doing great.
Oh, Lisa.
Murph, read us these directions loud and proud.
Okay. A line passes through the given points. Write the equation for. Write the equation for the line in point slope form, and then rewrite the equation in standard form.
Everybody circle the form that you have to write your answer in. It's a smart thing to do. Standard form.
X,
Got
Y,
it.
Okay?
AX plus BY equals C.
No what?
No.
No negative,
No
no
negative.
no exponents, no
Y has gotta be
A
negative.
can't be. They both can't be 0.
no
Hey,
exponents and
No fractions, no decimals. A's got to be positive. Okay? So this one's gonna be a little different, but here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do point slope form. We're gonna distribute. If we have to clear fractions, we would do the clearing fractions next, and then we're gonna put it our x's first, our y's second, and then our constants over on the right. This one has a lot of work to do. Okay? So everybody find the slope of that first one. Go.
How are we supposed to make? Oh wait.
Did we get negative 6/5, guys?
Yes.
All right. The second point might be a little bit easier to use. It's smaller.
Yeah.
At first, I thought maybe the first point because the 5 and the 5ths were going to work out, but that's actually the y value. So if you're able to think ahead enough, you're not going to distribute your 6/5 to the 5. It's going to be to the 3. So let's use the smaller point. Negative 2, 1. Y minus 1 equals negative 6/5 times the quantity of x plus 2. Now, don't try to clear fractions here. You've got to get rid of your parentheses and distribute first. So distribute, clear fractions next. This is not too bad. Y minus 1 equals negative 6/5 x minus 12/5. Did everybody do that without a calculator?
We're doing 2 and 2/5.
No. Why not?
Clear fractions.
Oh yeah, because we're gonna have to clear it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Don't change them to mixed numbers because you got to clock them to clear your fractions anyway. So leave them improper. Wall check. What are we going to multiply through by to clear fractions?
5.
Wall check pros her voice well. Excellent answer, Audrey. We're going to multiply everything by 5. Take time. Take the time to do that, please, people.
Doesn't really take time.
How many people got 5y minus 5 equals negative 6x minus 12? Did I do that right?
100%.
Sweet. You guys are at the point where you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Oh, my eye hurts.
Okay? Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's add 6x to both sides.
And you can't
How
get
convenient. And then what would be the other bird we're going to kill? Everybody add 5 to both sides as well.
That bullshit. No.
And you stop hitting the bed. So that's
Murph, what do you think?
I got 6x plus 5y is equal to negative 7.
Nice. Guys, that's the hardest thing you'll have to do tonight. Hey, look what you guys have done. You're given 2 points. You wrote the standard form of the linear equation. Given 2 points. You wrote the standard form of the equation. Try that next on your own. Go.
Putting it through a car wash, you have to put it into point slope form, which is putting on the
That
soap,
makes sense?
and then scrubbing the soap is. But then the washing part, like the water stuff, is
We do have fractions here, guys. I would use your calculator, okay, to figure that out. I hopefully you guys can do a half minus 2 in your head. That's negative 1.5 over negative 2. So figure out,
3/4.
is it 3/4?
Yeah.
Somebody verify that.
verified.
Okay, you cannot leave it as a complex fraction. Practice typing it in your calculator. You're not with us right now. You're not with us right now. Stop.
Mr. P,
Right.
this is like putting it through a car wash. I think that's a
No.
really good idea. Look,
Jack, don't say it again.
Talk to me.
putting on the soap is point slope form. Then slope intercept form is a scrubbing, and then the water is in.
This
this class.
What about trying?
This class.
Yeah, what about the
Trying is circling your
Okay.
answer.
Yeah.
Jack, Bowles, I do like the analogy. That's a good analogy.
I joke.
One problem.
Point 8. Which point would you use?
One
Second one.
I'd use the second one. You could use the first one. I'm going to use the second. You should get the same answer both times. Y minus 2 equals 3/4 times the quantity of x minus 3. Distribute and leave it improper, because we're going to clear fractions in our next step. And right, what's 3/4 times 3? 9/4. Very good. Leave it 9/4, guys. Just put a, multiply straight across. You got to put a little 1 underneath it if you need to. And then n right, what are we going to multiply everything by to clear a fraction? 4. (4y minus 8 equals 3x minus 9. And then you got to multiply 3 by 4 to clear your fractions. Subtract 3x from both sides. Add 8 to both sides. And I see we're going to get x. A is going to be negative here. That's okay. Negative 3x plus 4y equals, how about negative 1? Right? Now we've got to divide both sides by what number? Okay. Switch everything around, guys.
3x minus 4y.
Easy peasy.
That's a lot.
It's just a lot of work.
A lot of work. You got to be careful.
It's pretty
You got to
simple.
be careful with your signs.
It's just a lot of C.
All right. Last problem.
Mr. Penn.
Is the relationship shown by the data linear? Okay. If so, let's write the equation, point slope form, and then in. Okay, not too bad. Slope intercept form I think is easier to get. So every circle slope intercept form that's our final answer. How do we know if something's linear?
Change the line with
Yeah, the slope is the same. Okay? So let's see if we get the same slope.
Yeah, that's
No. No.
Let's see. -7 to -3.
plus 10, plus 5, plus 2.
No, not
So it's going up 4,
2.
up 2,
It just sucks.
up 6. Okay? Just because those are different numbers doesn't mean it's not linear. You got to check it with the x's too. So this one goes up 10,
It's linear.
up 5. Is that up 15?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, put the change in y over the change in x.
Wow.
4 over 10. 2 over 5. 6 over 15. Are those all the same fraction basically?
Yes.
If you reduce them, what do you get? So, it is linear, people. They all equal 2/5. You know the slope is 2/5. Which point are we going to use for point slope form? That's not even a point.
-1, 4.
That's the slope.
4 times 1, -1.
Bit easy.
4, -1. Can we use any of them?
Yeah.
Everybody choose 1 point. I think what Val said, 4 -1 is probably the easiest to choose, but you could choose any of them. So, y plus 1 equals 2/5 times the quantity of x minus 4. We want this in slope intercept form. So I'm going to distribute 2/5 x minus 8/5. And then subtract 1.
You don't have to
I wouldn't clear because you're going to have to solve for y, so you're going to have to divide by that number anyway.
Yeah, but do you put the Why?
No,
Good
nothing
point.
is
That's a tricky thing to keep straight, guys. With standard form, you want to clear fractions. With slope-intercept form, you do not want to clear fractions. But does everybody agree that subtracting 1 is like subtracting 5/5?
Yes.
Yeah.
I always had to write that down there.
Well, or you could change it into a mixed number.
Ah.
Right now.
Or you could make it -1 and 3/5. Very
Sort of
good.
like in your mind.
So would it be -2 and 3/5?
Yes.
I found that it was easier with the -1 and -3.
I already switched
Not bad.
to excellent.
All right, guys. Your homework, guys, is on your is on the website.
Not for, oh, I